What's up, everybody? Day 17. Day 17. We are more than halfway through this whole thing. Damn, time moves pretty damn quick. Time moves quick. Um, I've been getting, it seems like feedback on these lives are getting more and more and more. That's a good thing. It's a compounding effect. If you guys remember, we switched the time to be later in the afternoon when I'm a little bit more available. So just keep that in mind. But a lot of great feedback. A lot of great feedback. I think that there's a little bit of a delay implementation to exercises. So just make sure, we're on day 17. Make sure that you guys go back through the first 16 days, implement the teachings, implement the exercises. They're all designed for a purpose. So just keep that in mind. So today we're going to talk about conforming to the normal. Um, because I think that most people want to live a not normal life. Most people want to live a beautiful life. And I was talking to my team today. This is a personal development brotherhood. So if you're looking for a brotherhood to plug into, you can, whoops, it's over here. You can shoot me a text, talk about more of what that looks like. But we were talking a little bit about like this voice that we all have, right? So there's a version of us inside of us that has thoughts, opinions, feelings about things. And for whatever reason, through upbringing, right, your parents have told you, don't be direct, don't be that way. There's a certain way to act in the world, and there's a certain way not to act. Because if you act this way, it's dangerous. It's not good for you. Nobody's going to like it. Nobody's going to resonate. You're going to put yourself in a bad position. You're not going to get a job. You're not going to get promoted. All of these things that our parents told us that were good. Um, and more often than not good because that was based on a philosophy that was not tried and true. Um, for me and for a lot of people, our parents are the first generation parents in places like the United States, right? Um, I'm first generation here. And so understanding what normal is, it required us to kind of maneuver through life a little bit different. You have to be fucking super nice to everybody. You have to be kind. There's a passiveness that's created through that though, right? And I'm not saying be a dickhead to people. What I am saying is there's programming that's done throughout school, throughout work, through corporate life, just in society in general. And what happens is I think people disconnect with the most authentic version of themselves. I think that people have this version of them that like they're the most happy, they're the most free. And because of this like fear that's programmed into them that okay, if I'm direct with somebody, I'm going to be shunned. If I'm direct with somebody, um everybody's going to judge me. Nobody's going to think I'm a good person if I'm direct. But what I found is like the most direct people in the world have the biggest hearts. They're actually very kind. And the reason why they have that kindness is because they're willing to be direct with you. And it's the people that are not direct. Those are the people that usually end up hurting you because, they beat around the bush about shit, make you feel nice and pretty, but don't tell you what you want to hear. But society tells us we have to be this way. And so I was talking to one of my guys, and he works with corporate clients and things like that. And he's like, "Yeah, bro, I just feel like I've been more of myself. I've been more confident. I've been telling people what my worth is, and for some reason, I'm doing much bigger deals, even if I'm still working with like these corporate clients." And all that shifted was him. He completely changed who he was in his operating system and what he gave himself permission to do, to be, to sound like, to talk like. He's just like being more of himself. And by not becoming this filter, and again, we're still going through some of the things to peel back some of those layers, by not filtering himself and how he communicates who he is every single day, it's like now motivating thing. It's like now we get to show up today. We want to show up today because we just have to be us. And it's not hard to be us. What's hard is when we have to wear what I teach my guys is false armor. When we have to wear this false armor of who the world wants us to be, that's when life gets hard because then it feels like you're constantly carrying weight. Feels like every single day you like have to try to be this version of the world that the world is going to accept. And I think that's why a lot of people get miserable. I think that's why a lot of people get like down. I think that's why a lot of people get depressed is because they decide that however the world perceives them is more important than how they perceive themselves. and it's the dumbest shit I've ever seen. Because I mean, I was that way, and that's why I say it's the dumbest shit I've ever seen because I've also felt that. I've also felt what it was like to, you know, dress a certain way, talk a certain way, act a certain way. Fuck, there was even a time where I had to like hide my tattoos because somebody told me that if I show my tattoos, people judge people with tattoos. And there are people that judge people with tattoos for sure. There's people that judge people based on their looks for sure. Fuck, I've been judged based on my fucking skin color and like all of these little fucking things. There's some days where I dress down and like people like look at me all sideways. When I dress up, nobody gives a fuck. There's actually judgment in the world. But the question is, what are you gonna allow in? Are you gonna be worried about the judgment? Are you gonna just, take judgment for what it is, which is other people's opinions that they're entitled to, but not let it pierce your armor? What are you gonna do with that? And I think that, a lot of people are spending time right now asleep. I think a lot of people right now, are kind of just going through the motions of life and not really being themselves. And which is interesting because a lot of people tell me I'm not being myself. And I'm like, my life versus your life looks like my life is pretty damn good. It looks like I don't have to be any other way except me. And it seems like you have to fit into this fucking box. So who's actually free? I know I'm free. And so it's always an interesting thing, right? The more you be yourself, family, friends, and I was telling some other people I'm DMing, they're like the first entrepreneurs in their family. They're the first business owners in their family. They're the first people in their family, in their bloodline that are doing these new things. And now they're getting judgment cast on them. Every time you try to level up in your life, you have to be prepared for what normal people will say, their opinions. You have to get used to like taking that, hearing that, absorbing it, maneuvering through it. And I was telling my guys today, I was like, hey, there's a reason why it's called the 1%, because like not everybody's going to get to the 1%. That means that as you go up this massive mountain of success or of your life, you're gonna see 99 fucking percent of people fall, give up, tap out, give up on themselves, give up on their dreams, settle, be mediocre. You're gonna see it. And now, on top of all of the shit that's going through your mind of can you do it? Are you gonna be able to move through this, push through this, or are you gonna end up being another one of the statistics that fail? Now you're seeing everybody fail around you, and you're just like, Jesus Christ. Like, am I next? Am I gonna break my ankle? What's gonna happen? And again, that's what it takes though to be successful, is to know that failure is normal for normal people, but you choose. Are you normal? Are you not normal? Are you going to be part of the 1%? Because if you are, then you have to be prepared for all of the shit that comes with that. Anytime anybody's different in the world, you look different, you sound different, you have different beliefs, whatever, rocks will be thrown at you by like so many people. And all of these people, it's crazy. All of the people that throw rocks at you are the people that like talk about like being kind to the world, healing the world. It's all these fucking woo-woo fucks that preach like abundance and like connection and fucking everybody just help each other. And then they're the first people to cast judgment. It's a weird fucking thing. Um, and again, like if you guys start trying to be somebody in this world, people are gonna throw shit at you all day, every day. Just get ready for it. You want to level up, you want to be the top person, you want to have like a top lifestyle, you want to have something that most people in this world don't have. Get ready for everybody else to start shitting on you. And like you won't even do it. You can be the nicest fucking person. You could do literally everything right. You could just try to help everybody all the time and you're just going to get shit on because what happens is you're triggering in all of the normal people proof that they will not do what you're willing to do. And so what happens is it starts shaking you. And so when I say don't conform to like normal, when you start getting the beat down, don't believe it. Focus on your path. Because if you guys conform, if you guys accept the beating, if you guys say, "Hey, everybody, literally everybody in my life is telling me not to go this way," and you believe them and you conform, you just shot your dreams down. You just let somebody else's decisions or opinions or fears of failure, all of that, override your courage and your belief in yourself. And it's dumb because it happens. It really does. Like I don't know why you guys let family, friends, spouses, fucking strangers, anybody affect your commitment to changing your life. It doesn't make any sense because that means there's no commitment in the first place. The reason why there's a 1% and a 99% is because 99% of people know how easy it is to live a 99% life. Like, you literally don't have to try. Literally. If you've ever, like, actually tried to do something of significance in your life and you go back to normal, guarantee you're just like, "This is too easy. Like, this is dumb shit." That's why the 99% do that, because there's nothing else to be done. You fucking wake up miserable, you throw down a shot, you fucking go to work, and you fucking drag your ass through work, drag your ass back to, commuting in traffic, go to the bar or hang out with friends until you're, like, tired enough to go to sleep and fucking do it all over again. There's, like, nothing required to live that life. It's the most, like, insignificant life. Doesn't make any sense. And you wanna believe those people. You wanna believe and let those people into this, like, this field that you have, this energy that you have that you're trying to put out into the world. You're gonna let them dictate your ability to believe in yourself. I think that's dumb. I think I don't think people wanna, like, admit that that's the thing. You know, they're afraid of letting somebody down, they're afraid of somebody's judgment. Like, I think too many people actually, like, operate from that place of fear, but nobody wants to fucking admit it. But it's like, okay, who cares if your family judges you? Who gives a fuck if your spouse judges you? Who gives a fuck if your friends, family members, colleagues? The fuck if anybody judges you? How much do you believe in you? Again, 1%, 99%. Who are you gonna believe? What are you gonna do? And it just I don't know, guys. Like, it seems like the more people I talk to, the more I hear, like, all the fears and the doubts that people have, and I'm like, why the fuck is that a fear? Why is that a doubt in the first place? Jesus Christ! You just said you want to have, like, this amazing life. You wanna be able to do all these big bad things in your life, and you're gonna let that little fucking failing fat fuck over there dictate how you perceive yourself, how you see your own power. You're gonna let that happen. Okay, you must not believe in yourself that much. It's a sad world when, like, that's what you accept. You guys have to remember you accept what's normal in your life. If failure is normal to you and you've normalized that, you will fail all the time. But if you normalize that you can create boundaries in your life and you're just like, hey, if you treat me this way in a certain way, you're out. It's done. And I only have room for people who treat me this specific way. And if you're not one of those people who can do that, then I can have a great life. But you guys are too attached to the judgment. If the family's going to talk about you, if they're going to say shit behind your back, and then, like, you carry that burden, that weight for some reason. You're worried about what friends, colleagues, coworkers, team members, all of those people, you're worried about what they start fucking thinking and saying behind your back. And then you spend all of your time in that negative space every single day versus, like, building towards your mission, building towards your purpose. So just don't break. Don't let people in. Don't let people dictate your life and the decisions that you make. Otherwise, you're going to live a really shitty life. And what's going to happen is, I mean, you might realize this soon. You might realize this in 6 months. You might realize this in a year. You might realize this in 3, 5, 10 years from now that you've actually been operating from this place. But I'll tell you right now, if you wake up every morning and you're not excited to crush your day, you should probably open your eyes. That you're probably not seeing what I probably see in you. You're probably not seeing what you sometimes see in you. And you're probably prioritizing what family, friends, strangers, all of these people that live a fucking mediocre normal life. I can guarantee you there's some part of you that's believing them more than you're believing in yourself. And it's dumb. Just know that. Go to sleep tonight knowing it's dumb. Why is it dumb? Because in a month, they're going to forget about you. In 6 months, they're not even going to remember that, like, you wanted to do something. In a year, you're, like, insignificant to them. But in 1 year, you're still going to be beating yourself up. In 1 year, you're still going to be holding on to that doubt, that negativity. In 1 year, you're still going to be much further away from your potential because you did nothing about it. In a lifetime, they're not even gonna remember that was even a conversation in the first place. By the end of your life, that's gonna be one of the regrets you're never gonna be able to take back. That's just the truth of it. So I never understood, like, why people, they don't go all in on themselves, you know? I never understood why people submit to fear more than submitting to power. I never got it. I never understood it. I mean, there's been times in my life where, I operated from a place of fear, victimhood, being fucking sad that my life was the way that it was. But I think I always knew that I could do something about it. Like literally, I could do anything about it. And every single time the opportunity presented itself, I just chose to just go after it. I chose to believe in me. I didn't know what I was doing. I didn't know how I was going to get it done. All I knew was I had to try. All I knew was if I didn't try, I'd regret that a lot more than trying and failing. I've never wanted to live a normal life. Normal's too fucking boring. It's too predictable. You already know what the fuck's gonna happen. At some point, once you really start like leaning into this shit, you can actually see the patterns and timelines for people. You actually start seeing the decisions that people make, and you can now like forecast their future. It's fucking crazy. Once you understand pattern recognition, you're just like, oh, based on how you're making decisions right now, your current mental state, how I see you leaning into yourself or leaning out, I can predict in the next month, 6 months, 12 months, exactly where you're going to be and where you're not going to be based on what the fuck I'm seeing right now. When you guys can realize that like your life and success is based on just simply a formula of self, and that formula is either going to have all of the ingredients and components that you have or you want in there, or it's going to have everybody else's ingredients of what makes you you. You're gonna choose every single day. Like, are you gonna be something that you create out of your own ingredients? Or are you gonna just take your ingredients and say, "This is me, take it or fucking leave it"? Or are you gonna be like, "Oh, I'm supposed to, like, wear regular shirts when I go live. I'm gonna start doing that. Oh, I'm supposed to not cuss and say 'fuck' on camera or on people with people. Oh, I'm supposed to, say things in a structured way." You know how fucking robotic life would be? If, like, I was just like, "Oh, I don't wanna use my own ingredients that make me me, that make me fucking unique." I'd rather take, like, everybody people say, like, "Oh, I need to talk a certain way." Okay, I'm gonna take that. I need to dress a certain way, I need to take that. I need to do my hair a certain way, I need to do that. Fucking I need to drive a certain car, live a certain lifestyle. What type of fucking life are you gonna have here? Are you living for other people? Are you living for yourself? You guys need to start taking more time to, like, figure out who the fuck you are. And realize like what type of false armor you've been wearing this entire time without even probably realizing it. Because it's anytime I start working with my clients and they start finally getting the unlocking themselves, and they see like they look and feel different. They dress different. They sound different. They recognize each other differently because they're finally allowing themselves to be them. They don't conform to the bullshit. And most of the world is so fucking asleep. Everybody's a fucking zombie. You can walk out right now. You can go to the mall. You can go to the grocery store, you can go to the gas station. Just watch people. Just watch how people interact with each other. The world is asleep. It doesn't make any sense. When I go out and I'm just like, this is I was at the mall the other day, right? I was at the mall the other day with my wife. She wanted to go see some shoes. And that was fucking yesterday. And there were so many people at the mall, and I was like, why the fuck are so many people at the mall? Like, is there nothing else to do? Like, why the fuck is like, why is it so crowded here? And they're like, "Oh, well, that is what normal people do." And I'm like, "What the fuck?" Like, nobody even has any bags in their hands. Like, nobody's actually shopping. They're just like window shopping and shit. Like, the fuck is going on here? The only reason we were at the mall is because we had dinner at a restaurant that was near the mall. So we just decided she wanted to see some fucking Yeezys or whatever the fuck. And we're gonna go take a look at it. And I'm just like, okay, well, we got time. It's not like we gotta be anywhere. Perks of running your own fucking business, I guess. But everybody else was just like, zombies. I was literally looking around and I was asking her, like, directly, like, "Is this literally?" I don't remember what normal life looks like. I haven't lived a normal life in a long time. I do things very different. I operated my life completely different than how I did 5 years ago. I was so lost, and I was like, Why does everybody look like they're just trying to get away from reality? Why does it look like everybody that's, like, shopping, everybody that I look at that's, like, here for something, it's like they're not even there for items. It's like they're tired of their fucking life, so they go to this place called the mall to go shopping for things that they want, but the look on their face tells me that they're, like, dying inside. I can literally, like, sense that in people. I'm like, "You're not happy, bro. Like, the fuck is going on here?" People were, like, wasting time at the mall, and I was like, "What the fuck is this?" People don't even have a purpose anymore. People don't even have a reason anymore to do anything because most of the world is just like, "Well, if it's normal to do that, I guess I'm just gonna follow the sheep." And, I mean, 99% of people are doing it, so 99% of people must be fucking right. No, 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 no. There's a reason why it's called the 1%. There's a reason why the 1% are successful. Because successful people do what 99% of people do not do. We do not conform. We don't do normal shit. We don't act like normal people. We've broken out of this programming and said, fuck this. That life looks like shit. It feels miserable. I'm going to do things this way because this way of life, this way of living, I can do that shit every day. I can wake up to that shit every day. I want you guys to remember, like, you are completely in control of your life, no matter where the fuck you are, whatever excuse you got, why you can't level up, take things to the next level. But I want you to always remember on this massive, massive fucking Mount Everest mountain that you gotta climb to find the life that you want, to find your potential, you're gonna see 99% of people to your left and to your right fall the fuck out. And they're gonna call you and they're gonna be like, "Hey, fucking, it's hard, bro. You should probably stop. Like, chill out, stop. Don't push so fucking hard. Don't take all those bets. Don't risk. Like, don't do any of that shit. I trust me. I tried. I couldn't do it. So I'm just telling you, keep you safe. Don't fucking do it." Duh. You weren't strong enough to win, bro. Of course you're gonna tell me that. Of course you're gonna tell me not to do the next thing. Of course you fucking like this is your stopping point. Why the fuck would I listen to you? But you guys let these fucking people get into your head. These are people that are not even where you would, like, trade places with them. You wouldn't even, like, be proud of living their life. But for some reason, their opinion is more valid than your dreams, your hopes, what you could do because you're not willing to risk going in on you because the rest of the 99% of the world is like, "Oh, don't do that. It's dangerous." And you're just like, "Oh, yeah, I guess it is." Well, there's the fucking door to mediocrity. There's everything you've never wanted in life right there waiting for you because you never even had to try to be miserable. It's just fucking there. You have to actually try to be happy. You actually have to try to be successful. You actually have to try to be separated from the pack. 99% of people, that's not your pack. The 1% is. But are you going to start reinventing yourself, re identifying as the top 1%, starting to learn what not normal looks like? Because again, the bulk of what you're going to see in your day to day life, normal people with a mediocre life, not even happy, not even smiling, not even connected to self. There's nothing. There's no sustenance to their life. There's no substance. There's nothing. There's like when I was there, when I was walking around, I was like, "Fuck, man! Like, is the world this fucking miserable?" I'm good. I'm good. I'm gonna keep. Everybody's going that way. I'm gonna fucking go this way. I'm good. I was telling my wife, I'd be like, I'd be so fucking unhappy if I just settled for that life again. So fucking unhappy because I would know that I have so much potential that's being untapped and it's all being wasted in this one life, this one shot I have to live. Sheila, yeah, we were just talking about cursing. I I appreciate you. Um, but yeah, the cursing is gonna be there, It's just gonna be there. Um, but yeah, guys, I mean, that's the biggest thing. You guys want to live a top 1% life, you got to be willing to just don't don't take what you see in the world the normal world, don't take that as truth. Take that as there's a reason why that's 99% of people's lives. That's the reason why 99% of people are unhappy and not where they want to be, and that's why it's literally called the top 1%. You guys have to remember that. And if you want to get into that, like you might not even be the top 1%, you might be top 10%, top 5%, top 3%, whatever. If you want to be in the top tier of life, you got to be ready for what it's going to take to break away from the normal. Because even if you make that decision, you got to get good. And this is why people say like the road to success is like it's lonely. It's only lonely because you haven't found your new tribe yet. It's only lonely because you had to like let go of all the people in your life that you've known for so long that no longer serve you. That's why it feels lonely because you're literally choosing to let go of the very things that used to bring you comfort. But just like us at the top, you have to remember we've all had to do that. We've all had to like literally shrink all of the things and all of the people that we've allowed into our little bubble and chose that like our mission, our purpose means more than some of those connections. And some of those connections, if our timelines ever meet again, or if it makes sense, or if I have a spare fucking second and we can do normal things, then so be it. But if it takes a year, if it takes two to do a normal thing again, you got to get good with that. You can't be feeling guilty about putting your purpose and mission first. You can't be feeling guilty that you don't hang out with family like you used to. Because again, you can't have both. You can't have a normal life and then want to live a top 1% life. You have to choose first. At some point, when everybody's fucking Tony Robbins, I'm sure you can choose. But at that point, I'm also sure he doesn't give a shit about a normal life anymore. He's like, this is a new life. Everybody comes to me. I don't go to people. Everybody goes to me because I figured this shit out. So I've created and redefined what the new normal is. So everybody levels up to this level, or you stay wherever the fuck you are and be normal, just like the 99. You guys got to get good with different. You got to get good with you being different. You got to get good with you being seen different. You got to get good with all the different decisions you have to make in your life to change your life. Because if you never get good with that, life is never going to change. And you're going to be the same person that's miserable, unhappy, looking around at the world while everybody else is winning. And the reason why you're going to feel like shit, it's not because like you're not there. It's because you knew you fucking settled and you gave up when you should have pushed. You're going to know that in your heart of hearts. That's what eats away at people. It's knowing that they could have and they didn't. They chose to believe into the weakness versus believing in that power. That's what eats away at people. Don't let that be the thing that eats away at you. All right. No exercise for today, just like real talk. Like you guys have to know. You guys have to know about all of these things. It's exactly what I'm going through. I'm not liking this version of myself that is so weak and tired. I'm not trying to be someone else, but it's just getting harder. Yeah, because again, guys, like when 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 you're wearing that false armor, it's so heavy because that armor, like you just like everything that's not you, you're like taking it, right? And then you're putting it onto the armor. And then you're taking the next thing and you're putting it onto the armor. And like you go through life this way and they're like bricks. And now you're having to carry this like big ass flak jacket and you're just like, "Oh Jesus, like this is the heaviest shit I've ever carried in my life." Of course you're going to be unhappy because you're wearing all this armor that's not yours. I never get offended by negative comments from the people. But what disturbs me most is people who say you're the best person they've met in their life. You're this, you're that, you're perfect, but then they'll hurt you like hell. I don't understand. So, unfortunately, there are toxic people in the world. There's people in the world that manipulate reality to meet their needs. Right? When we talk about purpose, I want you guys to always understand purpose and mission is serving other people. When you start manipulating reality to serve you and how you feel, those are those types of it's called toxic people. Toxic people exist. It's people like they just fucking caught up in their world. They don't really understand shit. And you got to understand that you're going to experience toxic people and you just got to create a boundary and just be like you're fucking cut off. You're either going to be this way or you're not. That's it. Toxic people are toxic people. And it's a shitty thing, you know, because when you guys have big hearts, it's very easy to not see the toxicity in people, but always go back to like how do these people make me feel? Because if those people make you feel like shit, um, again, you got to get good with just saying, hey, this no longer has any space in my life, and you guys got to cut it off. You guys got to walk away. You have to, you know. Bruno, appreciate you, bro. You just have to remember that. All right. So today, I would say exercise, self reflect on your life. Ask yourself, where are you conforming to the normal? Where are you conforming to the 99%? Where is it that you should show up for yourself and for your purpose and for your mission in like a way that you never have before, that you've been kind of pulling that e-brake because you're afraid of what those people over there are going to think. You're afraid of the judgment from the internet and the internet trolleys. You're worried about how you're going to view yourself if you fail. You're worried about not getting the result. What is this thing that you've created in your mind that has caused you to experience so much fear because of what normal people has defined as success or failure or everything in between? All right. I hope you guys fucking crush it. Okay. Just remember, if you're here, like if you guys are plugged into these lessons, these teachings, and you guys are implementing it, we're not designed to be normal. That's what makes us unique. We were born and we're just like, what the fuck is this? I don't want a normal life. I'm a fucking dreamer. I can see all of these different ways that I could totally live my life. And it's the people that allow themselves to dream, but not just dream, okay? Don't get it twisted. Put in the effort, put in the work, do the inner work, do all of it to create that version of self. It's the people that can dream and that can like go in on their dreams and hear the 99% just be like, nah, I'm good. I don't want that shit. I am good. It's those people that live the best life. It's those people that actually accomplish what it is that they want because they never stop. It's everybody else that's too results based. It's those people that I'm so selfish that if I don't get my way right now, I'm fucking done. Ah, things aren't going my way. I'm fucking done. I'm gonna settle. Good. The world needs losers too. We need people to lose. The game isn't this fucking bullshit where there's a first place, second place, third place, fourth place, fifth place, 10th place, 15th, 100th place, 1000th place. That's not how the world works, guys. Sorry to break your balls. You're either winning or you're losing. There's no fucking participation trophies here. It's not there. Doesn't exist. Never has. Never will. That's just, again, the normal world trying to make you feel good for barely trying. You're either going to fucking commit and go outside of the normal and do the fucking work, or you're going to be like everybody else. Justin, what's up, bro? You caught us at the back half of this, so catch the recording. But with that being said, guys, that's what I'll leave you with. Deep reflection today. That's what I want you guys to do. Okay. That's where I want you guys to be. And after the reflection, download it and then like do something about it. You know, like take the action, start the thing, launch the business, launch the idea, go after the promotion. Fucking, I don't know. Whatever that next level is for you. Go to the fucking gym. Don't eat shitty food. Whatever the next level is, go do it and then keep doing it. Keep taking the hard path. Keep committing to the disciplines because when things get hard, that's when you know you're going the right direction. Because every other direction you've gone that has led to your unhappiness, you've already done it, which is why it's so easy. To have what you've never had is to do what you've never done, which is why it's so fucking difficult. So just follow the breadcrumbs. If shit gets hard, it's because you're going the right direction. Don't forget that. All right, guys. Peace.